Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I was out of town this week and I went to the Ole Miss Mississippi State baseball game, and I watched one really good game on Friday night, and then I watched Mississippi State get their butts kicked on Saturday, but then yesterday they won the series. So really good baseball team. If you've never been to a Mississippi State baseball game, that's one hell of an experience. It's almost bigger than a major league game out there. Baseball is big out that way. Okay, we had, while I was gone, I guess it was a good time to go somewhere and not be staring at CoinMarketCap, because we had a pullback, which, having been in this since 2013, get used to them. If you haven't, maybe if this was your first one, it's not anything to be terrified of if you understand what you're in, and as long as you know that this is crypto, welcome to the party. As I say, things like these pullback, I mean, it's like my dad, the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel, says, nothing goes up in a straight line. And if you are here because you think that your investment is going to just go straight up and never stop, then you're going to be very disappointed, because that's not how any investment works, and that's not how life works. Ups and downs are a part of it. Now, I'm not a chart person. I do not do technical analysis, but I do show you some different people that do. And here's one chart guy's opinion of what went on this weekend and where things might be going. This is Dark Defender. My dear's XRP has successfully defended $1.33 and make this a great support. Let's have a look at smaller time frames. 4HA chart, road to $1.83, to 272, 580, 920, $13. And so basically he's saying that the support was 133 and it came off of that support. It says XRP, sorry, I'm yawning. XRP can retrace back to $1.33 and $1.25 supports, as long as she keeps this support above targets are getting closer. So interesting. Okay, Crypto Dim sent me this. When Coinbase offers checking, high interest savings, credit, bill pay, merchant processing, lending, and wealth management products, the crypto and traditional finance worlds will collide head on. It is then we will see a major bull run and get a great deal of M&A activity. And I think one of the companies you're going to see do that's PayPal. I think PayPal is going to, I think that Coinbase could easily be a direct competitor with PayPal, because you could easily see PayPal integrate things so that it looks a lot like Coinbase does right now. And so, and I also I think you're going to see Coinbase add these features probably a lot sooner than you think. Okay, Dave69 at Dave691 sent me this. This was a rumor, and I don't know. I think this is right, because I saw it from several different directions, and a lot of people think this is the reason the market tanked the other day. U.S. Treasury to charge Credit Suisse for money laundering using cryptocurrencies after losses from Archegos and Greensill, over 2.3 trillion, with ties to Royal Bank of Canada down over 64%. Now, what I find interesting is we have seen all of these traditional banks get in trouble for all sorts of things, money laundering, price fixing, all sorts of things. But when it was involving the U.S. dollar, did we ever see a headline where it said, U.S. Treasury to charge J.P. Morgan with money laundering U.S. dollars? No, they never said it like that. It was always just about the headline, but it had nothing to do with U.S. dollars. So when I see something like this, they're tying crypto in it to get a headline, and probably for some purpose, is what I'm always thinking. Okay, XRP BART sent me this. Morgan Stanley, if a CBDC gains acceptance for international transactions, it could become the new reserve currency. Now, what this reminds me of, I did a tweet this weekend, and I said, the thing that was always the obvious elephant in the room question about Ripple from the day that I started studying Ripple as a company is that, and this is the question I ask people all the time, is what's the last company that you can name whose stated goal from their first year of existence was that they wanted to have a world reserve currency? Because Ripple's the first one I've ever heard of in my life. I still don't know of a startup company or any other company that states that very matter-of-factly as their goal. Still don't. And when you find one, let me know, because I've never, ever, and because of that one little thing, I've never been able to stop paying attention. Never. All right. Heoseko Carmona sent me this. This is from Michael Arrington, emergency council session to solve this crypto crisis should be all fixed by tomorrow. He's sitting there with Anthony Pompliano and his wife, and I think this lady right here runs Proppy, and I think that's Michael Arrington's girlfriend. But here's what people find fascinating is that Michael Arrington, who's an XRP guy, but he's also a Bitcoin guy, is sitting here having lunch or breakfast with Anthony Pompliano. Well, I've told you since the inception of this channel that all the world's a stage, but at the same time, I mean, look, all these people know each other. They've got similar investments. I know for a fact, I've heard him talk about it, that Anthony Pompliano is an investor in BlockFi, and he's probably an investor, I mean, because he's with Morgan Creek, and they invest in all sorts of things, I would imagine. So I'm sure there's some crossover in crypto with Michael Arrington and Pompliano and other people. So they all know each other. I don't think that's any big news flash. But I can tell you this, from having been around Arrington and I was around him long enough to get a real feel of what his personality type is. I can tell you this. If Anthony Pompliano, sitting at the table with Michael Arrington, tried to say that China could not control Bitcoin mining in their country or could not crack down on Bitcoin, Michael Arrington would tell him he was full of crap right there to his face. That's what he said, by the way. I'm referring to the Brad Garlinghouse interview where Michael Arrington, not Michael Arrington, but where Pompliano said that, I think it was the one where Brad Garlinghouse made that funny face, and Brad Garlinghouse was making the point that all the mining was concentrated there in China, and he's like, well, they could shut it down, but they couldn't control it, or something like that. It was like a crazy statement, and Brad Garlinghouse made that funny face. Michael Arrington would not sit at the table and not call him out on that, I can promise you. And it wouldn't just be a funny face, it'd be like, dude, you're full of crap. J.C. Collins, the end result of the official ascension of crypto is undeniable, but I believe we are now entering the period where there are multiple pathways to that end result. XRP and some others will be designated with a semi-official status under the private-public partnership banner. I do not believe that the future of Bitcoin has been fully decided. It can go either way. But those who have been promoting Bitcoin as the future of the system are about to realize just how little power and influence they or the coin this as the true hand of power comes down. Exactly. J.C. Collins has been on it for a long time. And then I retweeted this, decentralized in China, because almost half the Bitcoin network went offline for 48 hours. There was a blackout apparently in Xinjiang. I guess that's how you say that. The Bitcoin hash rate is down 40% as a result of the Xinjiang blackout. One province in China represents a significant share of the Bitcoin network. Yeah, if any of you out there still believe that the powers that be are going to build the world's financial system around this, you have lost your ever-loving mind, and you need to buy my igloo in South Georgia. Please use your heads, okay? These people that are out here touting this as it's going to be the new reserve currency, Bitcoin, and all that. Come on, pay attention. I mean, this is not even that hard to figure out. The United States and all these other countries would never put their financial power in the hands of China. It wouldn't happen. Okay, now to further drive this point home, Jonathan D., and I went and found this quote. This is from the CEO of Blockbuster. Okay, neither Redbox nor Netflix are even on the radar screen in terms of competition. This is the CEO of Blockbuster in 2008. Now this video right here, I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's too long. But what it does is I'll show you a clip. It shows you from August 1986 the growth of Blockbuster stores. And I'll do it like this just to take you through it. From 86, and here's the stores. So when it started, it was 5 stores in 86, 147, 1,388, 2,345. It gets to about somewhere right in here. Let's see, 2001. And then, okay, we're still growing. Okay, right here, about right here is the peak of growth in 2005. Along comes Netflix and Redbox. 2008 is when he said this. And watch what happens to these stores once this new and here's what the same thing I was thinking, because I was there when this happened. I grew up going to Blockbuster Video to rent movies when I was in high school. Okay, most of us did. All right, but here's what the same thought when the first time I saw Netflix, knowing what the internet was, I was thinking, well, why would you need to go in and rent movies in a Blockbuster? Well, apparently the CEO of Blockbuster was not thinking that. And I can remember watching that Blockbuster was too late, as I recall, in trying to create a Blockbuster app or a thing where you could watch movies online. But I remember watching this, and it made no sense to me. Why would you walk in a store or have all the overhead of a store and rent a movie when you could just push a button and do it online? Watch the stores and how they went down. They started to come down, and this is right when Netflix is coming onto the scene, Netflix Redbox. And that's what happens. And those of you that are, I want you to watch this. Those of you that are listening to these people that are telling you Bitcoin, and remember, proof of work does not work. Proof of work is both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum has to transfer over to 2.0, okay? Proof of work does not work, and they know it, okay? This is what the future of Bitcoin looks like, just like Charles Hoskinson said. Unless they can find out some way to build Bitcoin better or whatever, there's no reason to own it once it gets passed. That's the fact, Jack, and they know it. And this guy knows it too. No matter what you hear him say, he knows it. This right here caught my attention this weekend. John Deaton, who's the lawyer that's suing the SEC, he says, hey, Mike Novogratz, maybe he says, hey, Novogratz, maybe your purchase of 500,000 Ethereum when it was a security by Vitalik Buterin will be the next investigation, since you bought into a common enterprise and sold for a profit and were an issuer under the Securities Act and guilty of selling unregistered securities. Okay, this is what he's saying. I'm not saying, I'm just telling you. This one really caught my attention. Mike Novogratz saw him write this and replies, guys, I'm not the SEC. I did not bring a lawsuit against Ripple. In fact, I'm a large shareholder of Ripple since day one. The SEC has already said Ethereum is not a security. I understand why Ethereum is on the move. I don't get the surge in XRP. What's so hard to understand? Well, there's a few things to unpack here. The first thing is this is me talking now, I don't understand why Ethereum's on the move. Mike, have you seen this? These are the gas fees for Ethereum. This guy's trying to buy an $18 product, and his miner fee is $163. So, Mike, I don't understand why Ethereum's moving. I understand why Flare will move when it comes out, because it's Ethereum 4.0 or more. He says, I don't understand the surge in XRP. I think he fully understands the surge in XRP. I think he is terrified of XRP. The same way, the reason, now we've got 3 now. When Cardano surged, Mike Novogratz came out and started trying to say, I just don't understand why Cardano would be moving like this. What does anybody know? Can anybody tell me what companies are building on them? Then, of course, anytime XRP starts surging, he does the same thing. In this video, he's even worried about Dogecoin. He should be, because Dogecoin's better tech. Dogecoin was created as a joke, but it was an improvement on Bitcoin, and it's surging. And he even comes out against that. Now, I agree that Dogecoin's a joke, but I also agree that proof of work is a joke at this point. This is the part he's not telling you.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're both 80 vol instruments. 80 vol, that's a lot of volatility. I think over the next few years, volatility will go lower and lower. But right now, that's 4 times stock markets when stock markets are valuable. It's 8 times currency markets. And so people's allocation should be made with that in mind. We expect volatility. The really kind of frothiness that we're seeing right now isn't in Ethereum, isn't in Bitcoin, isn't in Coinbase. It's in smaller, what they call them altcoins, smaller tokenized communities. Dogecoin today rallied up to a $50 billion market cap. Reminiscent of the GameStop thing. It is a meme coin. There's lots of young people on the Reddit chat rooms that love Doge. Both Elon Musk and Mark Cuban are pumping it up. It doesn't really have a purpose. It's got a community, and maybe they can keep value there. I would be very, very, very worried if one of my friends was investing in Dogecoin at these prices. And so I do think there's some pockets of retail froth and speculative. XRP, which is under investigation, the parent company under investigation by the SEC, their coin went from 40 cents to $1.60 in a month. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me either.
But proof of work that doesn't work makes a lot of sense to him. It makes a lot of sense because that's where he's talking his books, what he's doing.
Well, there is a retail frenzy. It's not really being seen in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Quite the opposite. Money's coming out of Bitcoin and Ethereum and moving into these other coins.
That's because people know. People know that proof of work doesn't work, and they know that that is not where this story ends. Now, back to his little thing right here. He's got some big holes in this right here, and they're a mile wide. You could fly a plane through the holes. He says the SEC has already said Ethereum is not a security. Well, first, let's go through that. The first problem here is that they came out into the SEC. William Hinman walked to the podium in June of 2018, and they said that Ethereum was a security and it became not a security. Okay, so the first thing is that was in 2018. So at some point between 2014, when they had their ICO pre-sale, between 2014 and 2018, for some period of time, Ethereum was a security. That's according to the SEC. Then in 2018, William Hinman comes out, and then he's got another problem. In the court documents in this current Ripple lawsuit, one of the SEC attorneys made the comment that that was not official SEC policy. That was just one guy that walked to the podium. So they have not come out and weighed in officially as the SEC on Ethereum or Bitcoin. That's the problem. And then John Deaton here says it too. Mike, MSM and the financial markets respect your voice possibly more than anyone else in the space. The SEC is claiming that the token XRP itself is a security and not limited to only Ripple sales. It's an attack on crypto, and SEC just said Ethereum hasn't been cleared as a non-security. The SEC literally said it has never issued an official statement on the status of either Bitcoin or Ethereum. Hinman's statement is being unrecognized as an official position of the SEC. Take for granted that Ethereum is next in line if the SEC succeeds against Ripple and XRP. And then he says he'll send him the, let's see, here it is, right here. Here you go, Mike. If you're paying attention, Mike, this is from the SEC. SEC itself, my understanding, it has not taken an official position. There's no action that it took to say Bitcoin is not a security, Ether is not a security. So there you have it. So that's 500,000 Ethereum that Vitalik Buterin sold directly to Mike Novogratz, and then Mike Novogratz, I guess, I don't know if he ever sold his or not, but if he did, that's a twofer. Okay, real XRP boy as long as we're on Mike Novogratz, he said that he's making a splash lately. Watch this.
Saying this is a venture.
And listen, when you're watching this, put this against what Mike Novogratz is saying today. He's trying to act like any coins that are going up, he doesn't understand. The only two that can go up that he understands are Bitcoin and Ethereum.
There are some great projects. Matter of fact, the best scientists and the best entrepreneurs aren't working on Bitcoin. They're working on these other projects. The real revolution that happens in 5 years when we have this distributed trust level and shit is most likely not going to be on Bitcoin. It's going to be on Ethereum most likely, or maybe one of the other protocols.
Maybe Flare.
And so I'm not discounting those. I'm saying look at those with a longer term lens and be careful where you're betting. Make sure there's a great project, that there's a way that the coins, if there's coins involved in the project, get distributed in a fair way and get distributed widely.
Now, I want you to listen to what he says next, because what he says next to me should be terrifying. If this is his core reason of why Bitcoin is so great, you should all be shaking in your boots out there that are holding Bitcoin.
Because when one guy's got a whole lot of the coin, it's also some of the magic of Bitcoin, right? Gold came from the gods. It came from the ancient, Egyptian gods and the Incan and Aztec gods, and they thought it was something magic. If we knew who Satoshi was, Bitcoin wouldn't be Bitcoin. Some of the magic is no one knows how it got there, right? It's a line of code that got put in the water and in a basket and floated down the river. When you know one guy's got 80% of the coins, you're like, we're getting him.
So rather than knowing one guy transparently that's got 80% of the coins, he would rather not know who it is and have it be potentially a terrorist group or China or Russia or a group of rogue countries, dictator countries that create. He thinks that's a better, a safer thing for your investment. That is ludicrous. Now, here, I'm not going to play this video, but I'm just going to show you. This is Sheila Warren. She's on Market Watch. There's always risks, she says, but no, we don't feel crypto as a general asset class is that risky. That's the same Sheila Warren who was at Swell 2020 with Monica Long from Ripple. Okay, I got busted this weekend. XRP, the standard productions, which is parity. The biggest conspiracy in all of crypto. I'm sorry I have to expose you, digital asset investor. DAI's son is not the one who forces him to go to McDonald's in the morning. It's an excuse. It's always been an excuse. He has busted me, and I'm going to admit it. I'm going to go ahead and admit it. I would probably go to McDonald's on Fridays, even if my 8-year-old did not come in here and give me a hard time about going. I want to remind everybody, tomorrow, these are probably going to be some of the most popular ones. Tomorrow, the category on unstoppable domains, the finance category is coming out. They're releasing their premium domains for finance. An example would be cash.crypto. Let's see some of them. I like looking at the ones that are really expensive. Broker.crypto, sell.crypto. Let's see if we can, there's another one. Bid.crypto. Let me see if I can find another $100,000 one. But you can see these are all some of them. ATMs.crypto. I don't see, there's a 25. Fiat.crypto. Show me 100,000. One more 100,000 anyway. Okay, but these go on sale tomorrow. And so you can, I'll put the link at the top of this video in the description if you want to go and bid on any of these, or you can, for around $40, you can go and come up with your own name and try to find one that you're looking for your business or whatever. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Tell your friends and family that the premium domains NFT sale at Unstoppable Domains is going to start for the category of finance tomorrow. That's at 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Thank you for